Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Annemarie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Slow Down podcast. How you doing? I hope you all had a great weekend and that your week is off to a great start. Here in the States, we celebrated Mother's Day on Sunday, which is when I'm actually recording this episode. And to celebrate the occasion, I want to take just a few minutes today to honor the beautiful, messy, but meaningful journey of motherhood. Being a mom is the most important job that I'll ever have. And although it comes with plenty of stress and exhaustion, it brings me more joy and fulfillment than ever. This world can make it really hard to live a slow life as a family. There's constantly messages and commitments being thrown at us from every direction. We've talked about that in detail on this podcast. I have really found that simplifying is basically the answer to everything. That's my protocol. When things are feeling like a little bit overwhelming, I just think, how can I simplify? And parenting is no exception, because when we peel back those extra layers of all the stuff, the clutter, the things on the calendar, the societal expectations, we can find what truly matters and brings meaning and calm back to our world. And after all, I believe that's what we're after, right? I mean, remember, at the end of our life, we will be thinking about how many activities our kids did, what kind of car we drove, the size of our house, how many designer shoes or bags we owned, which club teams our kids played on. Those things have a place and they can be important to us, but at the end of the day, we'll be thinking about the relationships that we made and the impact that we had during our time here. So what are a few ways to find that and live it right now? Be present in this moment. I see moms, friends of mine whose kids are grown, and like many of you, I'm sort of in the thick of it with school-age children. And they're all telling me, oh, you're going to miss this. And I'm sure you've heard this before. You're going to miss these days. And, even though it was crazy, I missed that time in my life. So sometimes I find that hard to believe, but too many women have said that to me. So I'm sure it's true. And I know that there'll be plenty of things that I miss and a few things that I won't down the road. Trying to find ways to really make the most of our time right now and just feel grounded and calm and present in today. Our kids are growing up fast. This time of our life goes very quickly. I feel like in a blink of an eye, it can change and the kids will be grown. So I had a lot of fun today making a list of 10 things that bring joy to my heart as a mom, simple things. And I'm going to share that with you, and maybe it'll inspire you to make a list of your own. I always find taking a little pause to reflect and think about how I want to show up for myself, for my children, for my family, for my husband, show up in this world. It's important. Just take a few minutes. It doesn't need to take a long time, but to just put that in the front of your mind, it can really bring what's important to the surface. So today on Mother's Day, you can pretend it's Mother's Day, even though it was 2 days ago. I just want to slow down and reflect on these little things, the everyday, often overlooked moments that bring a lot of unexpected joy to parenting. And whether you're in the thick of it with toddler chaos and sleepless nights, or navigating the teen years, or maybe your kids are grown and out of the house, these small joys, I think, are the ones that stick with us and warm our hearts and remind us why this role is such a gift. So here we go. I'll share 10 simple joys that I have found, and I hope that all of you moms out there are celebrating yourself and what you do. It's an important role. So take a deep breath, grab a cup of coffee or tea. I'm sipping on my coffee now while I record this. And let's savor some of the sweet moments of motherhood together. So 10 simple joys of parenting. Number 1, hearing I love you or thank you, especially out of the blue when it comes out of nowhere. Number 2, seeing your child's face light up with joy. I don't think that will ever get old, no matter what age my kids are. Number 3, handmade gifts or thoughtful gestures. This morning I woke up, I opened my bedroom door, and there was a little sign from my youngest, a cute little poster, Happy Mother's Day, Mom, I love you. And it made my day. It already made my day, and it's early. So things like that. I've had my kids surprise me by, cleaning something up for me or making a lunch for me or something. And it warms your heart when your kids think of you like that and do those things for you. Number 4, watching your children develop their own personalities and interests. So much fun. It's so exciting to wonder what type of person they'll turn into and see how they're being shaped and growing in this world, but really exciting. And also amazing how different they all are. Number 5, children's awe and wonder at simple things. I think God gives us kids to remind us to savor the little things, to savor the small stuff, to notice that cloud that's shaped in a funny way, or that flower that's peeking up through the soil. Just notice the little things. Kids are so great at doing that. Number 6, their joy in your presence alone. In this busy world, we don't get a lot of one-on-one time with our kids. And I think that they love and crave that more than anything. So it's so simple, really. It doesn't need to be a big dramatic thing. It could be a little walk around the block with them. Just spending a little one-on-one time with each of your children, if you can. I actually think, so my next one is having heart-to-heart chats where they really open up to you. And I think that that's when it happens. It happens when you have those little moments alone together, whether it's, being alone in the car or taking a walk or something. I find that that's when I usually get little glimpses into their day, and maybe, things that happen at school or something that's on their mind. That's when they're more likely to share it. And I really do savor those moments and those conversations with them. So try to spend some one-on-one time with your kids. Number 8, catching them being kind to a sibling or a friend, especially when they think that no one's watching. Number 9, feeling their unconditional love, even and especially on hard days. It makes everything better. And number 10, being their safe haven and creating a loving home, a loving environment where they know that they're accepted just as they are and that everything is okay. I don't take that lightly. I think that that's so important. And I wish that for every child in the world, to have that, to know that no matter what happens when they go out there during the day, that they can come home to a loving and nurturing family, and just let them know that they're safe and loved always. And I just want to say, those are 10. I came up with a ton, but I tried to pick my top 10. Give yourself a few minutes to do this today if you can, because it really will remind you how amazing it is to be a parent. And I think that many of these things can be missed if we're rushing through our days and we're constantly on the go. So maybe you can let this be a little public service announcement to slow down so that you can notice, savor, and celebrate all the little joys that motherhood brings. And as we wrap up, I hope this simple list reminds you of all the beauty that's tucked inside these ordinary moments. These are usually things that are in our regular day, the ones that often pass quietly, but leave the deepest imprint on our hearts. And this Mother's Day and always, I encourage you to pause and reflect on your own list and celebrate all that you are and all that you do. Because being a mom it's not easy, but it's deeply rewarding. And as always, give yourself grace and do the best you can. None of us are even remotely perfect at this, but if we take care of ourselves and our well-being, we can show up as best we can and fully for this incredible job that we're blessed to have. And if you want a little resource here, one of my favorite parenting books is Simplicity Parenting by Kim John Payne. And I've talked about this before. I've had him on the podcast. I had the pleasure of interviewing him quite a while ago. And I also did an episode where I reviewed his book. So I'll link both of those episodes in the show notes if you want to refer back to them, because he's just a great resource no matter what age your kids are. I think he really just it's a great reset, and it reminds us what's important and what our kids need. So if you're looking for a little bit more inspiration in that department, I would really encourage you to check out those other 2 episodes and check him out. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. Wishing you a peaceful, joy-filled week. And until next time, let's just keep slowing down and savoring these moments that truly matter. Have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed our journey together. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It really helps us grow and reach others looking to slow down too. Wishing you simplicity and ease in your world, and I'll see you back here next week.